Some of it will do less to strengthen French and more to restrict English.
Bill 101 has always been at the heart of the Francophone-Anglophone debate in Quebec, tensions very high at times. But the CAQ now tabling its reform to the province's language law, like making French the standard in higher education and workplaces with 25-45 employees, and adding a new complaint process against businesses unable to serve clients in French. Anglophone rights groups and experts weigh in.
Bilingualism is on the rise. It will be on the rise. It's actually a positive thing. Francophones do want to learn English. They do, when the opportunity arises, want to use it, as do Anglophones want to use French. But, politically, there's a lot of value in positioning bilingualism as a threat to French.
Given that it's such a hefty series of changes, QCGN isn't in a position to say whether or not these changes proposed are good things or bad things in terms of the real impact in day-to-day lives for members of the English-speaking community of Quebec.
The CAQ using the notwithstanding clause to push this bill forward and protect it from legal challenges. Premier Legault saying it's a legitimate tool that balances between individual rights and collective rights.
It's never popular to use it. I think the notwithstanding clause is usually reserved for emergencies, or at least it's been associated with an emergency measure. And I don't know that today in 2021, with fewer than 70% of people vaccinated first dose, that language is an emergency.
I think all Quebecers are for ensuring the future of French. It's what makes the province unique, but it should not be done in a way that undercuts English. And clearly, the use of the notwithstanding clause in such a frivolous way is very unfortunate, because it sends the wrong message to all Quebecers about our charters of rights.
The notwithstanding clause should not be used to remove or deny fundamental or human rights, including linguistic rights.
Quebecers reacting on the City News Facebook page. This is exactly why I want my child to get her higher education out of the province and move out of Quebec. And this reaction, move to Ontario. There you go, easy life.
I think we're going to see more reforms. I think at its heart, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to preserve French. I'm bilingual. I'm an Anglophone first. I function very well in French, and I love living in Quebec. I love living in Montreal, and I'm happy to be served in both languages, and I'm very comfortable, asking for help in either language. But I agree that the language needs to be protected.
People feel that the reduction or diminishing of English will mean the strengthening of French. I suspect that there'll be some satisfaction from Quebecers who have been persuaded to a large degree that French is in some kind of free fall at the moment.
In Montreal, Brittany Henriques, City News.